So we had to fix the problem.
You ended up making this record called The Infamous, and we heard earlier Shook Ones Part 2, but let's hear another one of the most noteworthy tracks from that album, Survival of the Fittest.
There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. You could run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walking with your head down, scared to look. You shook, cause ain't no such things as halfway crooks. They never around when the beef cooks in my part of town. It's similar to Vietnam. Now we all grown up and old and be on the cops' control. They better have the riot gear ready, trying to back me and get rock steady. By the Mac 1 double, I touch you and leave you with not much to go home with. My skin is thick, cause I'll be up in the mix of action. If I'm not at home, puffin' live, relaxing. New York got a nigga depressed, so I wear a slug proof underneath my guest. God bless my soul, before I put my foot down and begin to stroll into the drama I built. And all unfinished beef, you will soon be killed. Put us together, it's like mixing vodka and milk. I'm going out blasting, taking my enemies with me. And if not, they scarred so they will never forget me. Lord forgive me, the Hennessy got me not knowing how to act. I'm falling and I can't turn back. Or maybe it's the words from my man Killer Black that I can't say, so what's left an untold fact. Until my death, my goals will stay alive. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive.
Yo, we live in this till the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. We live in this till the day that we die.
As I was revisiting The Infamous, I was thinking about how different it felt from other things that were out at the time. And by the time this record dropped, there were other people talking about street life on record, you know, especially West Coast, you know, at the time so-called gangster rappers. Mm-hmm. But there was something very different about the tone of what you guys were talking about. In that, if I listen to a West Coast gangster record from the early 1990s, it's sort of gleeful in a way, and it's like an adventure. It's like a movie that's exaggerated, like a blaxploitation movie or something. And when I listen to your records from that time, they're dark and I guess I would say kind of sad. They feel kind of sad to me.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely had that element to it. I think the reason behind that was because number one, you know, the environment that we were in and then you know, that we came up in where we spent our time at, you know, where we live basically is you know, it's serious, man. There's a lot of crime, murder, drugs, poverty. It's crazy, you know. Poverty pushed people to do a lot of wild things. So, you know, coming from that whole element right there, and also Queensbridge, you know, that projects right there, you know, that's the biggest projects in America. And it's like, it's something real special about that hood is that a lot of trends, you know, came from that hood. We started a lot of trends. Like, we created a lot of slang, styles of dress, even the way our beats sound. You know what I mean? When we really got down to it and mastered our sound and our production skills, our sound was like real sinister and dark and evil sounding almost. Because of that, you know, the lyrics that go on top of it, we're gonna write something that matches the sound of the beat. And it's only natural that it's gonna come out matching that sound, you know, and the whole lifestyle that we were living. And you know, of course, like the new slang that people really never heard, and all the new styles and all the stuff that, you know, we were doing that was basically like unique to that neighborhood. You know, that gave it the whole feel like this is something new right here. You know, they doing something new. Like, you know, when Nas came out and then the Infamous dropped after that, it was just like, wow, these dudes is on another level right here.
I want to play a song that you recorded just a couple of years ago, sort of jumping forward in the timeline 10 years or so. It's from one of your solo records, and it's called Mac 10 Handle.
Okay.
I wonder if you could tell me a little bit about the place you were in when you wrote this before we hear it.
When I wrote that song, I was just thinking of a concept where it was a revenge song, like somebody out for revenge, you know what I mean? It's payback time. Like James Brown had that song, The Big Payback. Like that's what this song was like. You know, it was a payback record, a revenge record.
It's definitely more crazy than it is karate.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's hear my guest Prodigy and his song Mac 10 Handle.
I sit alone in my dirty ass room staring at candles, high on drugs, all alone with my hand on the Mac 10 handle, scheming on you niggas. I sit alone in my dirty ass room staring at candles, high on drugs, yeah, all alone with my hand on the Mac 10 handle, yeah, scheming on you niggas. By myself in my four-cornered room watching Hard Boiled. I feel like I'm crazy, my brain on drugs, my bulletproof on run. Flats, later tonight I'ma look for cuz. Just ride through his hood and when I see that chump, I'ma jump out the truck and dump my gun. You ain't never been through it, so you scared of that kind of shit. Hear me on the song and say, P pop a lot of shit. Too much of that gangster music, nah, this reality rap. I really go through it in interrogation rooms. I don't crack, nigga, I got none for ya. Talk to my lawyer, shit. Nowadays it's hard to kill. Be careful where you pull that trigger. They got you on film, they got eyes in the sky. We under surveillance. That OnStar on your car, track A where you been. Gotta watch what I say. They tapping my cell phone. They wanna sneak and peek inside of my home. I'm paranoid, and it's not the weed. In my rear view mirror, these cars they follow me. So I bust rights and lefts and rights, till I stop seeing those Impala headlights. Then I circle my block to make sure it's smooth before I go upstairs to my four-cornered room. I sit alone in my dirty ass room staring at candles, high on drugs.
So you were pulled over making an illegal U-turn by undercover police. They searched your car, found an unlicensed pistol, and you ended up with a plea bargain that put you in prison for 3 years. What kind of headspace were you in before you went into prison?
I was in a bad headspace. I was like heading in a self-destructive direction, man. I was drinking a lot, smoking a lot of weed, real arrogant and cocky, and just my priorities wasn't together, it wasn't in order. You know, I was just in a bad place, man, at that time. So me getting locked up was actually a blessing for me. I look at it as a blessing because it helped, you know, for me to see the light. Once you get the rug snatched from under you, you know, I got my career, my family snatched from me, and I was forced to just sit there in that box for 3 years and think about what I did and how selfish I was and all that, how foolish I was. You know, it made me really see things with new eyes, like, hold up, man, why was I doing that? What the hell was I thinking about? I put all this in jeopardy, put myself in jeopardy, like, I gotta change, something got to give. And I can't ever come back in this place again. So, you know, that's what it was.
3 years is a long time. Did those changes take a long time to take root in you?
No, actually, I started on that, like, immediately. You know, my plan was, you know, clean myself out mentally, physically, spiritually. You know, come out physically stronger, working out every day and get my body in shape so I could be in, like, excellent condition and read a lot, get my mind sharp, you know, work out that brain muscle and just, like, repair my relationship with God and, you know, cleanse my spirit a little bit because I needed that because I was always, like, real back and forth about the whole, you know, religion and God, and, you know, that come from me just dealing with that pain when I was young and just growing up, living that particular street lifestyle. You know, it brought my relationship with God into question many times. So I wanted to repair that and fix that. And that's what I went in and did. I did all of that. You know, I wrote many albums and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the most important part was just fixing my mind, body, and my soul, getting it together. Like really getting it together where, you know, I could have a future and a successful future. You know what I mean?
I want to play one last song. This is from the new EP that you just put out. It's called Stronger. It's a beautiful song, a really pretty sample from one of my favorite Nina Simone songs.
The moonlight shines on the New York skyline. Midtown is lit up, the city is mine. As I drive across Queensbridge, I see it clearly from my POV. This is fact, not theory. Yeah, that rapper got money, but that rapper can't walk through this concrete jungle cause he doing it wrong. New York belongs to Don P. You can have the rest of the world. I'm good with these streets. Skyscrapers and housing buildings. I know about London, but I prefer Brooklyn. I know about Marseille, but I prefer Queens. And while you hire cops, I prefer my team. I got a powerful army, it's no need for a gun. You want hardcore rap, you fucking with the right one. This is maximum strength, there's no need for drugs. You want reality rap, homie, you got the right one. I'm
strong enough to take the pain.
Tell me a little bit about writing this record.
That record right there was like my way of showing people like that I can overcome any obstacle. I got a strong heart, strong-minded, strong-willed, that regardless of anything that happens, any obstacles in my way, I'm gonna make it work.
Prodigy, I sure appreciate you taking the time to be on The Sound of Young America.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely appreciate you having me.
Prodigy's new book about his life is called My Infamous Life, the autobiography of Mobb Deep's Prodigy. He also has a brand new digital EP, which you can download for free. It's called the Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson EP, and he's working on the next Mobb Deep release right now.
Wipe the dirt off my clothes when I fall down. I'm way too strong. This is my town, my subways and sidewalks. I done ran through these gutters like a tunnel rat, waist deep inside of the shit, in the midst of the action where people get hit. Look,
strong enough to take the pain inflicted again and again.
That's our time for another Sound of Young America program. I have been